Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a good day everyone. We'd like to share our digital literacy presentation with you today. I'd like to introduce my group mate before we begin our presentation. The first is Amalia, the second is Reveline, the third is Isma, that's me, the fourth is Hana, the fifth is Farhana, and the sixth and final is Atira. Then I'd like to tell you about our presentation. In this video, there will be an introduction to digital literacy, followed by advantages of digital literacy, the disadvantage of digital literacy, the key concept of digital literacy, the principle of digital literacy in global issues, and finally the conclusion of digital literacy.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Farhana Shahira binti Burhanuddin. Now I want to present about what is digital literacy. Digital literacy is the ability to use information, communication tools, digital technologies to find, evaluate, create, and communication information requiring both cognitive and technical skills. Also, digital literacy is not just knowing about how to use technology, it is about navigating and communicating through different digital environments.
The advantages of digital literacy. One of the advantages of digital literacy is people will be able to use technology appropriately and avoid misusing it. As we know, nowadays there are a lot of people are exposed to technology, including children. Children are still at a stage where they are not able to differentiate what is wrong and what is right. Children are also easily influenced. So, with the help of adults around them, teaching them about digital literacy and raise awareness about the advantages and disadvantages of technology, it really helps them to use the technology appropriately, productively, and cautiously. The next is that digital literacy increases student involvement in their education. Being digitally literate allows students to compare which platforms or applications to use to complete their assignments, and it also helps them to find a lot of information they need for their assignments and studies. The third advantage is digital literacy strengthens family bonds by keeping them connected. For example, there were a lot of people who could not celebrate Hari Raya Aidilfitri with their families due to the pandemic. Being digitally literate helps them to communicate through various platforms of online chat and video conferencing, such as Google Meet, Facebook, Zoom, Webex, WhatsApp, and so on. The next is digital literacy can make us happy and entertained. There are a lot of funny content that can be found on the internet. There are also numerous platforms for entertainment, such as YouTube and TikTok. You also can play games on the internet. By watching these types of videos and playing games can help us improve our moods and make our days more enjoyable. Finally, digital literacy allows us to save time and complete our daily tasks easily. For example, paying bills through online portals, making transactions through online banking, and buying groceries online. By saving time, we have a lot of free time to do anything we like, and we also can focus on our work at home.
Okay, now moving on to the next one, which is disadvantages of digital literacy. Nowadays, digital literacy is being practiced worldwide alongside with the rapidly increased innovation of technologies. Unfortunately, this practice of digital literacy can be a disadvantage to some digital citizens as it is also having cons instead of pros. So the first point will be lack of social interaction. Being digital literate makes us more social and fit in the society, but it is not looks promising as it is because on the other side of the situation, digital literacy makes us to be lack of social interaction in real life. Social interaction is indeed needed by everyone to have a good relationships either on screen or in reality. We can have interaction among other digital citizens, for instance, during classes using Google Meet, having meetings in WebEx and so on. But it is just an excuse for the users to be socially active online. According to some research, most of the digital citizens are exposed for being comfortable facing with others through online rather than having a real conversation or face-to-face situation. This will be a concerning issue in the future that the users will adapt with the habits of being introvert. Next one is cost more. People need to have the requirements for advanced technology skills in order to be digitally literate. This also means to upgrade the knowledge in technologies by sacrificing their money. For example, every parent during this pandemic should provide their children's necessities such as laptop, smartphone, or internet plans to enable them to attend online classes, searching for additional notes or facts from the web search, and so on. Furthermore, technologies such as laptop, computer, and smartphone needs proper care, and if it is not being taken good care, the user should pay for the consequences. A proper research on the web searches about the cost to fix the broken technologies will definitely change the mindset of digital citizens on how they should start taking care of the machine properly. Thus, digital literacy seems to weigh the shoulders of digital citizens in terms of high costs. The next one would be inaccessible to others. Digital literacy are running more efficiently in today's world that everybody knows how important it is to have skills and knowledge about technologies. Unfortunately, there are some group of people that does not have the access to be a complete digital citizens. This occurs due to lack of economic growth in certain places or country. For example, a small community of Orang Asli in rural area did not have a fully access to digital and technologies. This matter could be considered as an important matter because in order to be a modern citizen parallel with modern world, all of the citizens must be accessible. Moreover, the thinking of narrow-minded people towards digital literacy who claims that it is just a waste of time and money is one of the reasons why they have excuses on being inaccessible unlike others and they choose that way. The next point is too much of comfort zone. Users of technology certainly knows how to communicate and connect well in the platforms. However, they tend to be too easy on life as all the work can be done by the fingertips. For instance, students nowadays are likely to be procrastinating as they thought they can do the task given in just a blink of an eye, and they also risking the marks for copying sentence from web searches. They have been living in the comfort zone for so long that too much dependency could be created due to everything they rely on digital media platform. Rather than the old days when technology is just in the beginning, these citizens are balancing both elements, which is doing work using technology and doing manual work. Thus, digital citizens nowadays will be facing difficulty to be independent whenever they are away from technology devices because they are getting comfortable and adapt with it. The next one will be negatively impact on health. Digital literacy is surely important in this era of advanced technology, whereas almost all citizens in the country are expected to have at least one technology. But it's also very unhealthy to digital users as it have impact on their health state. For example, one of the groups from digital citizen societies such as the teachers commonly facing back pain, stress, headache, muscle cramp, and other health issues due to spending a lot of time facing laptops or computers in order to assist PDPR classes and meetings. This occurs when bodies are seated for too long, applying incorrect and unhealthy sitting position, eyes are exposed to the light radiation from screen, and so on. This shows that digital literacy can harm the users in both physical and also psychological.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurahana binti Abdul Samad. I will be talking about key concept of digital literacy. Key concepts for digital literacy are often used as a guiding principle or common language for teachers and theorists. The content of digital literacy education is designed to be simple and relevant to students. These key concepts of digital literacy also apply to traditional media, with the exception that the features are more prevalent in digital media than in traditional media. Students must understand these ideas to transfer their learning to numerous scenarios. As an example, educating students to verify information for assignments, may encourage them to try to do so for academics. The first key concept of digital literacy are digital media or network. There is no one-way connection in digital media unlike traditional media. Traditional media is like radio, televisions, and newspaper, meaning we cannot really do anything but to listen, watch, or read it. It is also have an instant access to people, information, and knowledge. Second is digital media are persistent, searchable, and shareable. Digital content is permanent. Everything that is sent or received is permanently stored somewhere. This means that most of the content on a platform is easily accessed and copied. Third key concept is digital media have unknown and unexpected audience. The ability to control audience is limited due to the nature of digital media and its ability to be distributed to many people. So our content may be seen by unexpected audience. Lastly is digital media experiences are real but don't always feel real. Digital material is participatory to some extent because there is interaction. The values and norms that we belong to can influence our own personal behavior. Through the interaction with people and images online, we can also affect by them more than those in traditional media because they are or seem to be our peers.
Next is about principles of digital literacy. There are 4 principles of digital literacy, which is comprehensions, interdependence, social factor, and curations. The first one is comprehensions. Comprehension is the ability to extract implicit and explicit idea from the media. Literacy comprehension strategies provide useful strategies for teachers to engage students with digital media as a tech in its own right. The second principle of digital literacy is interdependence. Interdependence is how one media from connect with another, whether potentially, metaphorically, ideally, or literally. Little media is created with the purpose of isolation and publishing is easier than before. In addition, social factor is the third principle of digital literacy. Social factor is also about sharing that is no longer just a method of personal identity or distribution, but rather can create messages of its own. Lastly is a curation, which is the manual process of selecting and organizing information to share with the others.
The last one is digital literacy in global issues. There are many global issues, but these two are the main point. The first one is cyberbullying. We all know that cyberbullying has been a serious problem that should not be taken so easily. Cyberbullying also leaves a digital trail, record that may be helpful in proving the violence and providing documentation to help to stop it. So, every parent needs to play an important role by monitoring the children's behavior while using social media platforms either in the right way or otherwise. The second and last one would be information privacy. Information privacy is an important policy and social consideration. When we use digital device, it runs a certain risk to our personal information, our financial data, and those devices themselves. Young children that use the internet may be particularly at risk online because they are not always aware of the risk online, of the risk associated of what they are doing. For that reason, they need to be taught basic cyber so that the information is not stolen. Thank you.
Okay, in conclusion, digital literacy refer to having the skill you have need to learn, live, and work in a society where communication and access to information is increasingly through digital technology. Furthermore, digital literacy is more useful to helping students, workers, and everyone who keep up with technology effectively and easily because it helps to evaluate the quality of digital sources, information and expand their knowledge. Lastly, digital literacy and technology is very significant and it is an important skill to have in today's society.
This is all from us. Thank you.